What is up, YouTube? Welcome to my Etheria start review after about 5 days within the game. The game has been absolutely phenomenal so far. I'm going to do a little account overview just to show you where I'm at, give you a rough idea of how much money I've spent, and where your account should be as well after these couple days. I'm live right now over on twitch.tv/lolShinya and kick.com/shinya, so come on by and check it out. So let's just get into it. First and foremost, I want to show something off here real quick. We are Plat 1 in RTA with our account. I'll give you guys some tips and tricks as we go through this video to help you out in RTA. We are Plat 1 at 27 victories and 1 defeat. If you want to be like me, make sure you follow the channel for all things Etheria Restart. So let's get into it. Let's take a peek at what we got going on within our account. Just want to preface this so far. I have in total spent about $260 in Etheria Restart. I want to throw something out there really quick. The game is incredibly free-to-play friendly, so do not feel the need to spend if you don't want to. But spending is very nice in this game, and I'll tell you why. So, one of the big things, especially if you want to get into PvP in this game, is the RTA mode, which has picks and bans phases. So you should have a roster of roughly around 6 to 7 units that you want to use in PvP, because your unit, if it gets picked by the other team, it gets taken away from you. You can't play the same unit that the other guy picked in PvP. So you should have a 6 to 7 unit roster, probably even up to 10 if you really want to try hard it. So where are we at? So currently the star of the show is our Messiah. Messiah is probably one of the most damaging DPS currently in the game. You build him basically straight critical damage. He does no damage basically if he doesn't crit. You got to get a lot of crit on him and a little bit of speed. And generally speaking, if he is built first, he will completely nuke the team with his S3, which just does an absolute phenomenal amount of damage. There has been so many times in RTA where he has gone first because he has a lot of speed. Completely one-shots the enemy team. So Messiah is a light unit. He is incredibly hard to get. He has a 0.25% chance of dropping on the standard banner. We also have our Heinrich. Heinrich is another DPS who is a very important part of PvP because he blocks buffs from going on, and he also can strip buffs from characters. So Heinrich, we have Heinrich at, I believe Heinrich is at S3, so we've been pretty incredibly lucky there. Our Messiah is at S1, not too crazy. Lily is arguably the best unit in PvP RTA at the moment. She is absolutely crazy. She can get some phenomenal speed. We have our Lily at 127 and 116. She has a very high speed, like base speed. Lily, arguably one of the most banned and picked units once you start getting to like gold and platinum above. So keep a watch out for her. You either pick her or ban her, because if you don't, you're going to have a bad time. Our secondary DPS, who we have roughly halfly built, is our Ramoka. Incredibly good unit, especially good for Doki Doki. So if you're having trouble on Doki Doki, build Ramoka. You'll be able to start clearing that pretty easily. She is a standard, just general DPS. She does a little bit of a cleave. If you do get her, I do suggest building her. Because with Doki Doki, once you start getting into the Nightmare and Hell areas, you are going to start having issues. Because I, even myself, as the Etheria Restart God, am having some issues as I started getting into Hell. So make sure that you start thinking about who you want to build for these specific fights. Our healer, we currently have Shinya. She's probably one of the least important units in my lineup. She did completely save me for one game. Her ultimate ability is a resurrect ability, so if you do lose a unit early on and you are able to survive the onslaught of attacks from the other side, you are able to get that res off and you are able to potentially save yourself there. Probably not the unit I would recommend using in PvP. Definitely probably want to even start thinking about Valerina, the free unit Valerian that everyone got. She's pretty decent, but Sanya just she's good in one of the modes. I think she's good in Doki, so I just decided to build her. And then the two absolute must-build units in the game, if you want a PvP. Again, big caveat there: Marvel and Kraken. I only just basically learned about Marvel the other day and Kraken just today. These two units are probably, outside of Lily notwithstanding, These two units are some of the most oppressive units in PvP. Kraken, his ultimate ability, basically stuns the entire other team. And he is also incredibly fast, so all you want to do is speed tune him and get him what is called, a lot of people don't know this, effect accuracy. And this is going to be the percentage of the time that your percentage of time plus like the base chance of the secondary effects on the abilities actually landing. So for example, with his ultimate ability, he has a percentage chance to freeze and decrease turn meter. More effect accuracy increases the chance for that to happen, and it also starts to bypass effect resistance. So not a lot of people know about this, especially in PvE, because PvE monsters have some effect resistance. So if you're facing a team that has a bunch of effect resistance, they are sometimes going to resist those stun, silence, etc. effects. But yeah, Kraken and Marvel basically the same side of the coin, but instead of actually freezing you, all he does is he takes your turn meter away. He takes your turn meter away, applies speed resist, or speed buff down, and a speed debuff resist on the units as well. These two units, if you see them on the team, you should be afraid. Currently, the big meta in PvP is the fact that you want to be going first, right? You want to have the fastest units. The fastest units, basically 90% of the time, if you are going first and you do have someone like a Kraken or a Marvel or even a Mio, who I don't have much experience with yet. She is one of the newer units. She apparently is like Kraken light. She does have a lot of things, a lot of freeze in her kit that Kraken has, but don't know too much about her yet. Stay tuned for that because I have some further information as I do some studying on her. But yeah, if you see these two units, 3 units, especially if you include Lily, you are in for a bad time if they are going first, because I've had matches where I didn't even have a DPS on my team. I had Marvel, Kraken, healer, and like Lily, and yeah, they don't do a lot of damage, don't get me wrong, but you will never get to play the game. You will literally be sitting there as your units are stunned, and as you see your turn meter slowly get lower and lower from these characters, and just get to watch. You're just basically watching a movie at that point while your opponent plays the game and has a lot of fun, and slowly kills you with chip damage over the course of 2 to 3 minutes. So again, we're not a big whale in the game. We're only a big whale in real life. But I highly recommend, if you have Lily, probably in my opinion, she's one of the best units in the game. She's basically T0 for everything in the game. Doki, Termaton, Aurora, and PvP and general PvE. Arguably one of the best units. If you get her, build her. Do not let her sit on your bench. If you seriously want to get into PvP, Marvel and Kraken for sure. And then if you get Messiah and Heinrich are two both incredibly good units. But Messiah is an absolute powerhouse. I use him in literally every single bit of content in the game just because of the sheer amount of damage that he does once he's not fully built. My Messiah is fully built, and I am getting to the point where if he goes in PvP, when he uses his ultimate, he literally kills everyone on the field, and there's nothing that can be done about it just because of the sheer amount of damage that is on his ult. But other than that, make sure you are also doing research on the actual the best teams for the various fights, because again, once you start getting into the higher tiers of these fights, for example, Nightmare and Hell, I haven't even started Hell on Teramaton, and I'm only in Hell 2 on Doki Doki. I still have three fights to go, and I'll tell you what, when I jumped into Hell 2 after beating Hell 1, it was not a good time. So you will need to build those specific teams and those specific units to actually do these fights. It's not like a Genshin Impact or Wuthering Waves where you can basically just have any unit do any fight, right? You will need these specific units to do these harder and harder modes. But again, someone like Messiah, where I was just saying, Messiah just does so much fucking damage that I just leave him on every team and he just cleans up. But other than that, let me know down below who your favorite unit is, who you're looking forward to pulling the most. And as always, if you like the content and you want to see more, click that sub button, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.